Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to allow another minute for people to come into the webinar. Welcome, everyone. My name is Taya Brown, and I am the Administrative Coordinator at the Temple Small Business Development Center. The Temple SBDC helps small businesses start, grow, and succeed. We do this through our no-cost consulting and a variety of our no-cost webinar and training programs like the one you're attending today. You are joining us for Instagram Basics for Entrepreneurs. We are recording today's session, and a copy of the recording and today's PowerPoint will be sent to all attendees within a few days in a follow-up email. All attendees have been muted. We encourage you to post any questions in the Q&A. Now I will turn over the floor to Cassie Fly.
Thanks, Taya, and welcome to Instagram Basics. So Temple University, just a little bit about Temple before I get started. Temple University's Small Business Development Center is hosted by Temple's Fox School of Business and has been serving the small businesses of Philadelphia, Eastern Montgomery, and Lower Bucks County since 1983. Temple ties to its community are strong and deep, dating back to its founding as an institution that served the working people in the local community. Today, the university remains a beacon of public service, social activism, and community engagement. We aim to be a place where all members of our small business community can grow, develop, and thrive. We definitely prioritize our diversity, equity, and inclusion to ensure that everyone is part of a positive, open-minded, and respectful environment. This environment enables us to value differences, encourage meaningful growth, and learn from the different perspectives of our community. So that is a little bit about us as Temple as a university and the Small Business Development Center and its history. Now, just briefly, a little bit about me. So I have had a couple different careers. I worked in property management for about 5 years. I then have moved into consulting, and from that have moved into more specialized consulting based around digital marketing. So I specialize in SEO, also called search engine optimization, social media, and digital marketing. So if you have any questions about digital marketing in general, any questions about Temple SBDC or training programs, please reach out to me. Our contact info will be listed at the end, as well as our website where you can visit us as well. So our agenda for the day. First, we will give an intro to Instagram and its benefits, how to get started on Instagram, how to use Instagram for your business, and Instagram marketing. And we'll end with some next steps in Q&A. But if you do have any questions throughout the presentation, we will answer questions. Taya will help me be monitoring the chat. And so if you do have a question, please type it in the chat, and we'll stop to answer those questions when we get to good stopping points. Also, as Taya mentioned, we will be sending out slides and the recording. So please keep a lookout for those after the presentation. So first, what is Instagram? Well, before we can talk about that, we should briefly talk about social media, what it is. So social media is a computer or internet-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas and information. The various platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and others that you see on the screen, allow you to virtually network with other individuals and businesses. And what's great about social media for businesses is that it allows you to share content and information about your business with a very large number of people that you might not otherwise get to contact. There's actually over 3 billion social media users currently. And another great thing with social media is its ability to network and form communities. You can do this and form specific communities based around the interest in your business or your products and services. And all of these platforms can be managed and run through a computer, your phone, or a tablet. Instagram, the social media platform that we'll be talking about specifically today, is just one of these platforms. And we do have other webinars for other social media platforms throughout the year. So if maybe you're interested in another that you see here on this screen, visit our website. That will list events and webinars that we have coming up. So keep an eye out if there's one in particular you want to look for. All right, so what is Instagram? Instagram is incredibly popular with about 1 billion active users currently. From Instagram Live to Instagram Stories, there's definitely no shortage of tools that businesses can use to promote their services and products on the site. Instagram is primarily a visual platform, and it's based entirely off of photos and video posts. So this platform is best for businesses that have strong visual content to share. Whereas Facebook and other platforms use maybe more words, Instagram is primarily photos and videos. It's important to note that this platform is also almost entirely mobile. You can't take photos or create new posts on the desktop version, although there are some social media management tools like Hootsuite and Buffer that do allow you to directly post to Instagram through their scheduling on that third-party platform. Now, Instagram is something it's good to consider if it is the best fit for your business, also depending on your industry. For example, if you maybe sell something that is not very visual, then it might not be the best one for your business. And we'll talk a little bit more about different industries that it might be better tailored to later. Now, for example, if you are selling a very visual product, like maybe custom tennis shoes, then Instagram would probably be a great platform for your business because those are very visual. Service businesses can also use Instagram. For example, if you maybe own a hair salon, posting videos and photos of your haircuts and styles are a great way to utilize this photo and video based platform. Do make sure that the person maybe that's running your account must have a good eye for detail and at least some basic photography skills, because it is such a video and photo based platform. You do want those videos and photos to be high quality. So now that you know a little bit about what Instagram is, let's talk about why you might want a business account on Instagram. Well, on Instagram, there are 1 billion active users, as I've said before. So this is a really good large audience for potential customers. 33% of the most viewed stories on Instagram are actually from businesses, and 80% of the accounts on Instagram follow businesses. And there are many other businesses on Instagram that have found it very helpful for their business marketing. Now, before you join Instagram, you may want to consider who is on Instagram. As with any of the social media platforms, it's good to consider your key demographic. Who is your target market? And look at their demographics and see if Instagram also has that same key target market or that same demographic that you have in your customers. Instagram is slightly leaning towards female, but really has both male and female on it. It is maybe a little bit more younger audience. The primary age range is from 13 to 50. So maybe if your target market isn't really in that age range, then maybe you'd want to reconsider. But if it is in that age range, then there's a good likelihood that you have a target market on Instagram that you could market to. Another thing is location. So if you look here, you can see that when it comes to location, there tends to be more people using Instagram in urban and suburban areas than in rural areas. So maybe if you are in a more rural area of Pennsylvania, you might want to consider if your customers are using Instagram or not before getting onto it. And then looking at income and education, this is pretty evenly split. So pretty much every level of income or education level is on Instagram. So not a whole lot of difference there. Looking at countries, the US has way more users than other countries, which is great news for businesses looking to join Instagram. So let's talk a little bit more of the benefits of Instagram. 60% of people say that they discover new products on Instagram. So there's a large percentage looking for new products on Instagram, or that's how they go about finding out about them. 200 million plus Instagrammers visit at least one business profile daily. So people are visiting business profiles regularly, not just individual profiles. 1/3 of the most viewed stories are from businesses. And then 80%, there's been an 80% increase in the time spent watching video on Instagram. So people are really engaged on this platform and spend a lot of time on it. Some other benefits of Instagram is it's a great place to showcase your products through photos. So say you have a lot of photos already saved, this is a great place to put them. It's really easy to reuse marketing content that you already have from your website, your personal camera, or maybe other locations that you have pictures saved. Instagram also offers user-generated content. So someone can like and share a photo of one of your products, and then maybe someone that follows them that's never heard of your product before can then see it and follow you or seek your company out for the product that they saw on Instagram. And then another plus is that there is a more engaged traffic on Instagram, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the next slide. And because of the wide audience, it's easy to reach multiple generations on this platform. So again, why choose Instagram? Well, that engaged traffic perspective I mentioned earlier. So basically what this chart is showing is how much time people spend on the various social media platforms. Instagram users spend more time than any other platform, and they engage more than any other platform as well. So in terms of getting the most traffic and getting the most engaged traffic, Instagram has a lot of potential. Now, I want to talk about why you should get an Instagram business account. Some of you may already have a personal account that you advertise your business with, and that is fine, but I definitely recommend getting a business account, which is called a professional account. Having an actual business or a professional account will allow you to get metrics or insights on how well your posts are performing, so you can monitor that. You can see what people are liking, where people are liking your posts from, how often they're engaging with your posts, and a lot more. You can add information about your business when you get a business platform, like hours, location, phone number, And it's actually really easy if you want to simply convert that personal account that you already have to a business account. It's very easy to do this. In your settings, you would simply just switch it. And that's a simple look in your settings and you can switch that. So it's very easy to take that personal account and just transform it to your business if you've been using a personal account. Now, another cool thing with a business account is that if you have a business account, you can set up a shop on Instagram so that people can buy your products and see them on Instagram and lead them to buying your products through that. In just a moment, I'll go into a little more detail on how to set up your business account and more on Instagram shops. So, how to get started on Instagram. Before you get on Instagram, you should make sure that it's right for you. So earlier I mentioned about those industries you might want to consider if it's right for you or not. You should definitely do some research, like I said before, to see if your customers and your target market are on Instagram to start with. Looking at the demographics like we went over earlier is one way that you can do this, but also another thing to look at is to look and see if others in your industry are using Instagram and if it might be helpful for you. So, for example, if you look at the automobile, food and beverage, apparel, and retail industries, there's nearly 100% adoption. So if you're someone in these industries, maybe you should consider Instagram. If you're in maybe one of the industries on the far right of this chart, like oil and gas, financial institutions, banking, or insurance, maybe these might be harder to, show some visual posts and take a lot of photos or videos of. So you may want to consider, are your competitors on this platform and are they finding success in it before getting onto Instagram? Actually, just by, if you could in the chat type, what business you're in or what industry you're in, I think that would be useful to know, just to kind of see who's on the call and see what industries you're all in. Home decor, custom decor, really good. Event planning and design, ice cream shop, those are all really good visual platforms. Great. Awesome. And keep typing those in the chat. I'll look at them later too. Construction, intimacy coach, juice and meal prep. These are great. Awesome. Business development. Great. We have a very wide range. I'm loving this. All right. So how do you get signed up? Well, there are two ways. The first way is if you're on a laptop or a desktop, you'll want to go to the Instagram website, or if you're setting it up on your phone, first you'll have to download the app for the first time. So if you don't have the Instagram app download, you have to download that first. Next, sign in using Facebook if you have a Facebook account, or you can sign up for Instagram if you don't have a Facebook, that's fine. The steps below are on the PowerPoint slides that you will receive, and you can follow them to get started. It's a step-by-step thing that will walk you through it pretty easily. If you try to do this and you still have trouble, you can always reach out to us, but I think this should help you just fine. Got some more businesses: clothing, design, beauty salon, custom garments and design, wedding favors. Good businesses, all good for Instagram. So you basically walk through this. One thing that you can do is you essentially will create a username and password. And one thing with Instagram is you can come back to your username later and change it if you like. Now, I wouldn't recommend changing your username on a regular basis, but if you made a mistake and you really want to change your username because you found there was another one that was kind of similar and you wanted to be a little more different, You can come back and change it. So no issues with that. You can come back to change it. Now, another common question that I like to address that I get a lot is, can you have multiple accounts? Yes, you can have multiple accounts on Instagram, but you do have to have a separate email for each one. So that is the one caveat with that. All right. Now we are going to go over how to use Instagram once you're signed up for it and have your profile. So this on the left is what an Instagram looks like from a user's perspective. Now, at first, if you just created this, you might not have many pictures because you just started and you don't follow anyone yet. But this is what the home screen looks like, and it will show a list of photos that people have posted. So as you scroll down, you will see a news feed of pictures that people you follow have posted recently. You can do a few actions here. So you can click the heart to like the photo. You can click the word bubble to leave a comment, or you can share it if you want to send it to someone. The three dots that are below the photo show that there are multiple photos in this post. So if you see those tiny three little dots right underneath the middle of the photo, that shows there's multiple photos with that post that you could scroll through. Now down below the photo and icons, it will show who posted the photo. So you can see who posted the photo, if they wrote something about the photo, describing it. So an example of a business post could be a picture of a product being sold with a little description below it saying, come check out our new product. And then you can add a link to the page of your website where the product is listed. Now let's look at the buttons that are on the top of the page. So going from left to right, first is a plus sign in a box. This will take you to your camera so that you can take a picture or a video for a post, or you can search through pictures and videos that you've already taken for that post. The next one is the heart, which is your activity. If you click on it, it will show you who has liked your posts. If anyone has started following you, you can also see that there as well. The chat bubble icon, which is similar to Facebook's Messenger icon, takes you to your messages with people, and it's where you can start a new message to someone. So for example, maybe someone messages you about a picture of a product that you posted and they have a question about it. They can message you here and you would get a notification that someone messaged you, and you would see a little red number like shown here that shows someone has messaged you. Now moving to the buttons that are at the bottom. The house button on the bottom left is for getting back to the home screen, which is this screen. The magnifying glass is for looking up and searching new photos, new platforms and users. The next icon with the movie play button is the Reels button, which takes you to a bunch of short videos that you can scroll through. It's very similar to TikTok if you have seen or heard of that. Instagram is trying to compete with that, so they have this Reels button front and center as they try to compete with TikTok. The next icon is a shopping bag for Instagram shops. This will show you pictures of items that you can buy. And then the last icon is your profile icon, which brings you to your profile so that you can see all the posts that you have made. So now that you've seen how Instagram works, maybe you're wondering, how do I link to other accounts so that you can have the content on Instagram available across other platforms as well? You might have seen this with Facebook, where you can post to essentially Instagram and Facebook. Now, when you link your accounts, that doesn't mean all of a sudden that everything that is shown on your Instagram now shows on your Facebook. But say if you wanted to post the same picture of those custom tennis shoes you're selling, across different or multiple platforms without having to log into each one of them, you can do this. So essentially, when you post something on Instagram, you can opt into posting it on other social media accounts too, to save you time. Here's some step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So for linking Instagram to Facebook, this is a great how-to. That is the most popular one. So now I want to talk about the different types of posting options. There's a lot of posting options on Instagram, and I think this is where people get a bit overwhelmed just because there are so many options. Today I want to talk about the top 3 basic ones, which are news feeds, Insta stories, and highlights. These are the most popular and best ways to promote your business, most used ways to promote your business. There are, others out there like Reels and IGTV, but I'm going to focus on these 3 because for getting started on Instagram, I think it's important to get, just to first get some content out there on your news feed and your story. Reels are the next step that you can look at after working on these. And once you've understood how to do these, Reels will not be that difficult. IGTV is another one, but that's a little more advanced. It's actually a separate app that allows you to post videos up to an hour long. But for right now, we're just going to focus on these. So first, let's start with making a post. To make a post, you would first click on the plus sign where that blue arrow is showing. It will allow you to take a picture right then or allow you to select photo from your saved photos on your phone. Next, you can use the filter button to change the lighting or add a filter to the photo if you want. You can then write a comment, which usually for business, writing a call to action is great. For example, if you post a picture of a new product color, you could say, check out our new line of pastel nail polishes. You could add emojis here as well, which are little images to catch people's eye. It's those little images you might put in a text. You can also tag people. So say, for example, you're posting a photo of a sales event that you were doing at a farmer's market or had a table set up in front of another business. Maybe you could tag the business in that post. You could add a location if you wanted. You can even tag your store location if that's where the photo was taken. And then lastly, you can also select the various platforms that you want to post it to. So if you have connected them, you can select, Facebook or Twitter. So next we'll look at Instagram stories. So Instagram posts go to your newsfeed and stay there forever, whereas Instagram stories are only available for 24 hours. It's more of a temporary post. So maybe you would use this in a way to promote a 24-hour sale that you have going on, or maybe a short video of the product being made that day. Instagram stories are used more for showcasing short-term sales or a day in the life of videos. Now the red buttons that you see at the top are for privacy, but what they are showing behind those red circles is the different stories of those that you follow. So it'll show you those stories that disappear within 24 hours. You might have seen this on Facebook as well. Facebook has kind of adopted this as well. So if you want to make an Instagram story, you can click on yours in the top left of the screen. See where that blue arrow is, that's where yours would be. And after that, you can choose to add things to your picture if you like to make it more fun and engaging. For example, this person took a picture of their view in Boston and they added Boston, Massachusetts and hashtag city life to their post. You can see where they added those two stickers in the right image the image on the right, you can see where they added those 2 stickers. Now people can choose to click on these stickers or buttons when they view this post. And by clicking on, say, Boston, Massachusetts, they can see other posts from that location. The same thing with hashtag city life. If someone were to click on that hashtag, it would show them other posts that use that hashtag. So the third type of posts we're going to talk about are Instagram highlights, which are very useful for business accounts. Highlights are collections of posts that you can put on your profile. So for example, a restaurant might make a highlight for brunch and make a collection of posts and save the different posts that are pictures of brunch. These highlights appear they essentially appear as circles at the top of your page, and you can add a new one by clicking the plus sign on a circle. The blue grid, if you see that blue grid right there, is what people would click to see all of your posts. Highlights are useful because they allow you to segment certain things. So rather than seeing all your posts, they might look at just, posts within a certain topic or a certain category. So another example of this might be, say you're a furniture company and you want to segment or categorize posts into room types or styles. Highlights can also act like pages on a website. So maybe you make an About Us highlight that are more general posts about your business. And then maybe you make highlights that are specific to certain categories of products that you sell. And let me just go back to the chat and see, can you use a hashtag to your online store? So if you have a post that is, it won't take you directly to your online store, no, but you can set up Instagram Shop. And if you have Instagram Shop, and there can be a link to your website, but a hashtag, not necessarily. Good question. Instagram for your business is what we'll talk about next. And again, any other questions, please put them in the chat. I will stop to answer those. All right, Instagram for your business. So these 2 images show the 2 views that a business page can have. On the left is the normal homepage for a business page. It will show the industry or what kind of business that you selected when you created the page. It'll also have a short bio where you can write a description of your business and what you do or what you sell. It will display any highlights that you've added as well. Those circles in the middle of the page are the highlights. And at the top, you can see how many followers you have, how many posts you have made, and how many people that you are following. Now, the image on the right side of the screen shows what a shop page looks like. And I will discuss how to set up a shop on your page and how to set up business account. I have instructions for that. So now don't try to read through all this. You will get these slides, so you can follow through this later, and you don't have to read through it all now. But for setting up an account, you can set up a new account, or you can convert a personal account to a business account. So for example, if you've been using your personal account to, advertise your business, but you want to make it an official business or personal, or I think it's called a professional account technically within Instagram, and you want to switch it to that professional business account so that you can get, all those analytics I was talking about earlier and the capabilities of a business account, then it's easy to do that. Below are the step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Fortunately, Instagram makes this process really easy. If you go through this and you have trouble, you can message me, but I think this should walk you through it pretty easily. Now, 9 times out of 10, you'll be setting up a new business account. So in order to do that, it's pretty simple. You will need to log out if you're already logged in so that you can set up that second account or that new business account. From there, you will set up an account, basically filling out all your personal information. Then right after that, you will switch it to a professional account. So essentially, you'll create a new account that will be a personal account for all of that, about 2 minutes before you switch it into a professional account. You'll need to fill out all the information and add a new username, a good photo, like maybe your logo, if you have one, or a photo related to your industry, and then add the contact information for your business. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. And now you're ready to start posting. So the actual setting up the account is pretty easy. Now to set up an Instagram shop, first, what is an Instagram shop? An Instagram shop can be added to your business account, and it allows you to sell products through your Instagram. In order to sell on Instagram, you have to have a verified website that takes payments. You have to already have a website that takes payments in order to be eligible to have that Instagram shop. You will also need to have an actual business account, not just a personal account. And the third thing is you will need to have a Facebook business page as well. The reason for this is that in order to make all of the product squares or the pictures that people scroll through on Instagram shops, you have to create a product catalog on Facebook business. Once you've done this, you can then easily add product tags to the pictures that you post. So for example, this business posted the picture of a little girl that has a mouse plushie. I guess that's what it's called. A little mouse plushie that the business sells. What they've done here is they put a tag on the mouse plushie and that the little girl's holding. People can then click on this tag, and that brings them to your Instagram shop to buy it if they want. Now down here at the bottom, I've also included a link to more information on this if you're interested. So again, when you get those PowerPoint slides, you can get this link at the bottom and it'll take you to how to set that up. All right, I'm gonna switch over and see, I think there might be some questions. Let's see, we'll get a recording. Yes, you will get a recording and the slides as well. That usually comes, it'll probably come today or at the latest tomorrow for you to get that. All right, so next steps. Now, first, it is good, now that we've talked about how to get your account set up, and we've talked about social media. Now, before you get started on social media and marketing on there, it's a good idea to just write up a basic plan. So just like any good business strategy, using social media needs to start with a plan first. Without a plan, you're not going to have a clear goal for what you're trying to achieve, and then no way to really measure your results. So take the time to create a social media plan right up front. This will help to ensure that your efforts and all that time you spend in social media will support specific business goals. And if you need help with that, or you need to discuss social media a little more, you can always reach out to us. We do offer help with that, so we can always help you with that. All right, resources. So really quickly, I wanted to let you know of a resource that Instagram offers for those who are new to marketing Instagram. Instagram actually has an area on their Getting Started with Instagram page where you can get a free marketing plan where they'll look at your business account, help you do some analysis on where you can improve to grow followers and get more views on your business page. Now, the sheer number of social media marketing options for small business can seem a little overwhelming, but you don't need to do it all. What I really recommend is it's more important to create quality content on a couple of key social media channels than it is to have a presence on every single network. I think it's good to have 2 or 3, you don't have to be on all the social media platforms. You want to be on the ones that make the most sense for you and your business. So good way to start is by reaching out to your audience in the places that they're already spending time. So looking at your target audience, where are they spending time online? Focusing on using just 1 or 2 social media channels really well can really help to build up your business rather than trying to spread yourself too thin and be on all of them. Also, above all, make sure your posts are offering value. You don't want to just pitch and sell all the time. Maybe try to keep like an 80-20 rule where, maybe 20% of your content are actual sales pitches, but 80% should be content that's engaging your followers and things they want to read. For example, if you're maybe a florist, don't make every post a sales pitch for the flowers. Show maybe how-to video for how to make a bouquet, or post a photo of someone's wedding that you did the flowers for, or maybe post an event of you doing a teaching on plant care. So those are some ideas of how you can expand past just the pitch and sell. And then here are a few more tips that are specific to Instagram posts. So on Facebook, you might choose to post 100 photos in an album. On Instagram, you need to be a little pickier, choosier about which photos you post. There's a few reasons to do this. So first, you don't want to post more than once a day, typically of the same photo or same similar photo. For example, if you went on vacation to a beach, on Facebook, you might post like 20 photos from the beach. On Instagram, you just want to post like 1 photo of the beach, or else it shows up as a wall of 50 pictures from the beach. So you do have to be a little more choosier on Instagram. Additionally, you want your overall profile to look diverse, and the aesthetic to look diverse. So if you post the same photo over and over, similar ones over and over, it just kind of all runs together. And then let me check and see what question we have. Can you please put the email that we can reach if we have any questions? Yes, that will be at the end. There will be some contact info at the end. Temple.edu. And then here is also my specific email, because I don't know if it was on my page, but here's my specific email, and I can point you in the right direction to get signed up for what service you need with us. All right, so how do I get more followers? Most common question. First, you need to make sure your accounts are filled out fully. There's been a lot of accounts I look at and like the bio hasn't been filled out, the profile picture, the cover photo is not filled out. So when you go through making an account, fill it all out, fill everything out. Make sure you're posting high quality content. Like I said, you want to make sure it's content that your users want to see, not just all sales pitches. Be consistent. That's another one. If you want to, you're going to need to stay in front of your audience. You're going to want to post pretty often. You don't want to post once 1 week and then not post for 3 more weeks. You want to be consistent. So maybe creating a schedule can help with that. And then getting others to share your profile. So starting out, maybe you're getting your friends and family to help with sharing it to get the ball rolling. That can be very helpful as well. All right, and then using the right tools. There's a lot of great tools available to help you with the social media or with social media as well. If you have Facebook and Instagram accounts connected, you can actually use Creator Studio on Facebook, which can allow you to schedule posts ahead of time on both your Facebook and Instagram accounts. Buffer and Hootsuite are some other accounts that can help you schedule posts too. Google Analytics and Brandwidth and Hootsuite Analytics can give you lots of information and even help create reports on your social media platforms and how they're performing. So those are some other great tools. Canva, VSCO, and Pictochart are also really good and can help you with making your content and images look amazing. And then there's a few others. If say you're running out of, graphics used and you want to get some free graphics, I know they're not listed on here, but there are some where you can get, free stock images. And I'm blanking on the names of those, but if you're someone who's needing more resources for free graphics, let me know and I can send those to you. The names of them are just blanking right now, but I can send those to you because there are a lot of resources for that as well. All right, let me check the Q&A. How do we find out what platform our customers are spending time on? In our case, looking for wedding favors. What I would do is I would look at your competitors and see where are they, what platforms are they on? If they're doing wedding favors or they're, in the wedding industry, what platforms are they on? Because then that's a pretty good clue as to what your customers are on. Also, you can from your website, usually from your website, there's some way through like Google Analytics, probably the most popular one. You can actually see who's visiting your website. You can see what age they are. You can see where they're from. So Google Analytics is a way that you can kind of dive into who your customer is. And I think we have a Google Analytics webinar coming up in the next few months as well. Someone from Google is actually going to be presenting on that. But that's another way that you can kind of find out like who your customers are and what are their demographics and kind of pair that with the demographics chart that I showed earlier. All right, let's see if there's any others. All right. Oh, and then there's the survey. So there is a survey. Please take just a few minutes to fill out the survey. It really does help us for knowing how we can improve and knowing what we're doing well. That would be very helpful. All right, no more questions. So one other thing that I wanted to mention is, say you're needing some more help with consulting. We do offer consulting on a variety of things. So not just social media, with a variety of things. And so all these items that you see listed here, from helping with a business plan, and maybe your marketing plan or strategic growth or tech commercialization, or government contracting or getting a loan, we can help with all of that. And so please reach out to us if you need general consulting help. Also, if you need social media help or digital marketing help, we can help with that too. We also offer, in addition to these webinars, we offer the one-on-one consulting. We have plenty of resources that we can share through those consulting meetings. We have clinics, we have training programs, so we have a lot to offer. Again, like I said, if you need some more help with social media, a little bit more in depth, maybe you have some social media profiles, I will share a link on our sign up page so you can actually sign up for help with social media specifically. And so you can sign up here And I'll send you a link for this so that if you are interested in maybe a social media audit, you can get a social media audit done as well as a website audit. Maybe you want help with your website and you need help on evaluating it. So here's a link for this as well. All right. Here's another question. To set up an Insta shop, you mentioned we would have to be selling online first. Yes, you would have to sell online first. And I do not believe that Etsy shop suffices for that. I think you do have to have a website that enables you to sell online. And I don't know that Etsy counts for that, unless it has recently changed, because I know that is something a lot of people have been asking about. So Instagram maybe could have changed that, but I do not think so. Any other questions? I don't see any more in the chat. Don't see any more in the Q&A.
And while everyone is posting any additional questions you may have, again, I posted the survey link. We value your feedback and we use it to improve our events in the future. And this is required by our funders, the SBA, so we can continue to present no-cost webinars to everyone. And I also put down the link to the SBDC resources page. You can find all the wonderful materials and services that Cassie mentioned that we offer. And if you need to contact us, I will also put down the SBDC email address and phone number, and you can also utilize the links and email address that Cassie has linked.
We're going to ask, what about Square? If you have Squarespace, like for your website, and you sell online, as long as you have an online website that allows you to sell, you can do that. Also, that link in, I believe, the Instagram shop PowerPoint page that I had will take you to, helping walk through some of those questions as well. So if you take this and you go there, that should help answer some questions there. All right. Again, please reach out if you want a social media audit, or just want to have a conversation. Be happy to help with that. So.
All right, and while we wrap up, thank you, Cassie, for presenting today, and thank you everyone for joining us. You will receive a copy of the materials within a follow-up email that's sent 2 to 3 business days after this webinar, and it will be automatically sent to everyone.
All right.
All right, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Have a good day.